All praises be to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Yahweh Kakwadashi, Yahweh being who people call God, Yahweh Shah being who people call Jesus, double honors to the apostles over the great millstone church. Salutations as well to the elder bishops and the rest of the elders in Akim, also the branches hold forth this true word and all true faith and sincerity. All right, this true word of life. So getting into this, I'm your brother Shariat, and this lesson is going to be just a quick message, some quick words, some warning for the women out there, you women, all right, and let this be something for you sisters that already believe, to take heed and as more fuel, more gas, and that's just on the fact or regarding the fact that you have an enemy, the Lord is not playing, and you really got to step it up, because um like the damn saying, song, whatever goes, it's a war, going on. No one's safe from, and that's the issue. All right, a lot of people think they're excluded, and that happens to be these women. You women out there. So I'm gonna just use this video, which is something that just recently happened in regards to you women out there, and obviously in particular, you so-called black women, Native American Indian women, so-called Latino women. The Lord not playing with y'all. This world is not playing with y'all. You got to step it up, and you're being mocked. All right. So let this be a testament to show how far you have fallen, that things is upside down. You should be embarrassed, and you definitely need to do better, and you are not the head anymore, you are the tail. All right. So if you don't believe that, let the world go, in a way that it's about to become, go on to tell you that, and starting off with these so-called white people. All right, so let's hit play.
Healthcare workers at a clinic in Santa Barbara may lose their jobs. A slew of healthcare workers at a clinic in Santa Barbara may lose their jobs over a tasteless TikTok making fun of patients' bodily fluids with the caption, "Guess the substance." Warning, the behavior you're about to see is highly disturbing. In the since-deleted viral video, which blew up over Labor Day weekend, staff cheerily posed with wet marks left behind on the paper of the examination table. The slide shows text sarcastically read, "Are patients allowed to leave you guys with gifts? Yes, and we love them so much. All shapes and sizes, all shades and opacities. Make sure to leave your healthcare workers sweet gifts like these." Amid the blowback, the original poster's account, Angie Uncut, vanished, but not before the clip was reposted across social media. The TikTok cringe subreddit headline read, "Stupid healthcare workers are laughing at vaginally discharges of their patients after checkups." Meanwhile, on the Santa Barbara subreddit, locals raged over the blatant disregard of privacy and professionalism. One wrote, "Wow, I am speechless. As a nurse, I feel secondhand embarrassed." Another noted, "If this is what they post publicly, imagine what goes on privately." On September 2nd, Sutter Health released a statement about the site in question.
So you women, you sisters, newly becoming, or need to be, or about to be, you just gotta step it up, man. Like let me just hit play because I kind of lost my train of my thought.
"Wow, I am speechless. As a nurse, I feel secondhand embarrassed." Another noted, "If this is what they post publicly, imagine what goes on privately." On September 2nd, Sutter Health released a statement about the site in question, Facetus Urgent Care, and implied that Angie, whose last name is not yet public, is now a former employee. The trust and dignity of our patients always remain our top priority. We are deeply concerned about a disrespectful social media post made on a personal account by a former employee, and we are conducting a full review in line with our policies. Sutter Health added that the incident is under investigation, and any workers associated with the cringy content have been placed on administrative leave, pending the results of an internal investigation. Now, with their careers on the line, it's clear this inside joke among coworkers should have stayed in the group chat, or how about not at all?
Isaiah 3:24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of a well set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girding sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. All right. So this is obviously in regards to women. All right, you sisters. So these are things that the Lord said was going to happen. All right. Now, how will we? Why would he say this if this wasn't going to be able to be known and witnessed by all? See that? So that just shows you that those most of those people that they're making fun of will obviously be primarily you women out there. You can't get away with this crap anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like the world is not gonna be, and these people is not gonna be the reflection of how you're feeling yourself any longer. You know what I'm saying? How you playing yourself. You know, it's no longer not gonna be a reflection or a mirror, if you will, to show you, you know, how stupid you out here making yourself look. And it's because you want to do evil, wicked stuff and be out of order. So now, you know, though you thought you was laughing and, you know, living it up, you know, calling sweet, bitter things sweet and darkness light, now you being laughed at, you're being mocked. Because the Lord could really had it to where it could be specifically put out who they talking about and primarily. All right. And I'm gonna read this last one. It says, "Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty men in the war." And that's because these niggas out here, they wicked. They help you get in this situation, you know, and make you think your stuff don't stink, you know. The dudes wants, if you will, fuck off themselves with, you know? Fuck over your own self. You know what I'm saying? And now look at you. Behind closed doors, where you think you know, checking up, getting your your privacy or whatever handled, you know, is being brought out. Because a lot of it that you're handling, and that you obviously will want to handle, you know, in privacy behind closed doors, is you dealing with matters of shame, having to fix matters of shame, which is why a lot of you end up going to these places. And then it just shows how far mugs have failed as well, because you got to go to them, you know. That job is crazy, you know. And they don't respect you. They know why you in these conditions, you know, and that's why they laughing at you. And you know why you in these conditions. So everything that is helping you be in these conditions, the Lord is gonna kill, which is what this chapter is talking about. He's gonna take away, you know, everything to make you think the opposite, to where you can try to cloak it or hide it or cover it up. You're not gonna be able to, because the Lord's gonna remove that and these things that you actually should be reaping based off what you sowed, based off the stuff you have done, are going to pierce through. So they're not going to be able to, you're not going to be able to hide them and cloak them and cover them up. You know, these women out here burning, they messed up, and it's all because they out of order. You know, they don't want to sit down. They don't want to be treat themselves as they ought to. You know, you got the motherfuckers want to be, you know, like Aisha Curry. She married, but she want to be in the streets. Steph Curry wife, so forth and so on. You know, it's an embarrassment. It's in the GNT, Isaiah 33 and 24. Instead of using perfumes, they will stink. Instead of fine belts, they will wear coarse ropes. Instead of having beautiful hair, they will be bald. Instead of fine clothes, they will be dressed in rags. Their beauty will be turned to shame. See that? Their beauty will be turned to shame. And that's one of the things that makes you beautiful, your lady parts. But now it's the very thing that shames you and it's a witness against you. You know what I'm saying? And it's because of how you truly moving, you know? Because you're ashamed of yourself and you can't hide it anymore. So here it is, you got those that were set up to be the whooping stick of the earth, you know, the sword of the earth, the dogs of the earth, laughing at you like they're better than you at your bodily healthly conditions, you know? Grab that real quick. This is Psalm 17. And so they after y'all too. Y'all really got to get it together. This is Psalm 17. And I'm going to start at, let's start at 9. It says, from the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who could pass me about, they are enclosed in their own fat. You know, with their mouth, they speak proudly. Yeah, because they're not in your conditions. You know, they're not the ones that the Lord is talking to in regards of, okay, y'all need, in regards of y'all, you know, being held to a standard, you know, being his people, his children, his daughters, and his sons, you know. And they know that. But that's why they laughing at you. Like, these the people? And there's a scripture that say that. You a damn joke. Lamentations 2 and 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty? Yeah, y'all supposed to be the baddest. These are top. They supposed to be better than us. They're supposed to be princesses and exotic and royals, and you know, this is the first woman. Come on, man. It says the joy of the whole earth. You know, it's crazy. Man, bro. As I fell from grace heavy. This is Lamentations 2 and 15. People in the GNT, people pass by the city, we the city, look, you know, and then it's crazy because Jake called themselves the city girls, Eve. It says people pass by the city. People that passing by the city look at you in scorn. They shake their heads and laugh at Jerusalem's ruins. Is this that lovely city? Is this the pride of the world? Exactly. You know, they laugh at you. They laughing at your damn bodily fluids, man. They laughing at the condition you in, that you even have to come in here, and they know why you coming in here and why you looking at this. You know, but if they would have dropped who they was talking about, then it would have outright been, you know, racist. But it revealed to, you know, clearly that not only people wild and crazy and disgusting, but that you so-called blacks, obviously, including especially you so-called black women, you know, you Israelite women, Eve, Y'all, and Native American Indian women and so-called Latino women, y'all got they hate y'all. Y'all have enemies, you know? Y'all have a standard you actually held to, but since you're falling, you failing to meet it, you know, um, they're rejoicing. They laughing at you because of that. Because they wouldn't say nothing if, you were supposed to be like this. All your enemies mock you. See, all your enemies mock you and glare at you with hate. They curl their lips and sneer. We have destroyed it. This is the day we have waited for. They couldn't wait to see you in these conditions. Y'all believe that shit. Y'all let these people break up your homes, you know what I'm saying, and think they can tell you what life is and YOLO and, that whole Vanity Fair uh, from the magazine company. I think it was called the Metropolitan, something like that. When the damn so-called white woman got Eve, so-called black woman, to believe that so-called white women was actually trying to have a life outside of their husbands, and they wasn't happy and all this other crap, you know. But which you know is neither here or there, because the whole thing was a ploy to get you damn Eves to believe that shit, to where you will be being influenced by them. So crazy. So you wouldn't be showing them up. Because they're the natural beasts, the nasty ones, and don't understand how to raise and have a family, raise children, have a family, and bathe in hygiene and what causes this. And, they're the people of that of the earth, not you. But through their hate, they will want you to fall to that. And now that you have and you do everything the best, you're worse than them. So now they're rejoicing. The Lord has finally done what he threatened to do. See that? He has destroyed us without mercy as he warned us long ago. He gave our enemies victory, gave them joy at our downfall. And that includes you women. And that's dealing with what? The curses. Deuteronomy 28, 44. It says, I'm going to actually start at 43. Foreigners who live in your land will gain more and more power, while you gradually lose yours. They will have money to lend to you, but you will have none to lend to them. In the end, they will be your rulers. See that? All these disasters will come on you, and they will be with you until you are destroyed, because you did not obey the Lord your God and keep all the laws that he gave you. Yeah, so now y'all in the conditions where you got to seek unto them. And they not going to actually help you. They laughing at you. They're laughing at you, man. See that? The Lord bless you in every way, but you will not serve him with glad and joyful hearts. Yeah, man. He gave you the best of the best looking, the best. You start off with the head start. All you have to do is keep the instructions to maintenance. You know what I'm saying? The state of the line equipment, that being your bodies and status. Stay within those guidelines. Follow that instruction manual, you know? But nope. So now you broke down and you stink because you went against those instructions. So then you will serve the enemies that the Lord Yahweh is going to send against you. So you will be hungry, thirsty, and naked, in need of everything. The Lord will oppress you harshly until you are destroyed. And it's all, so what? It's all, so you'll see the byproduct, you know, of being pieces of crap. That's why scripture say, have care to thy name. Deuteronomy 28 and 35, the Lord Yahweh will cover your legs with incurable, painful sores. Boils will cover you from head to foot. That's including women. 37, in the countries, right, to which Yahweh will scatter you, the people will be shocked at what has happened to you. They will make fun of you and ridicule you. So you got to get back to where you're supposed to be and in the power seat, you know, and that's by repenting. And because you have care to your name and having godly sorrow behind this, you know, a dog, a ox, an ass should not be, you know, deemed better than you. Shouldn't be able to even compare. So anyway, Psalm 17 and 10, they are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly. They have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth, like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places. You know, they be plotting on y'all. I can't wait for you to go down. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, from men which are thy hand. See that? From men of the world, which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy head treasure. They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. So the wicked is the Lord's sword, and that's these people. So the Lord is mocking you. He's not playing, and no one's gonna want you. Shit is not cute. So it's to psychologically make you want to do right and want yourself, or you gonna die still being proud and then accept it and know it after that agonizing death through pain. And these are forms of death. Your status is out of there. You know, all they had to do was put specifically who these people were, these patients were. Now they did it. Proverbs 1 and 25. But ye have set at naught all my counsel and would none of my reproof. Right? This is in the NLT. You ignored my advice and rejected the correction I offered. So I will laugh when you are in trouble. I will mock when disaster overtakes you. See that? When calamity overtakes you like a storm, when disaster engulfs you like a cyclone, and anguish, distress overwhelm you. You know, when anguish and distress overwhelm you, because you can go in there and think they're gonna help. You know, see what's going on down there and all that. And, you know, them motherfuckers could make the situation worse, because they already hate you clearly. They want you in these conditions, man. You know, and now your joint don't even work. You out of there. See that? When they cry for help, I will not answer. Though they anxiously search for me, they will not find me, because the doctors cannot help you. They're against you, for they hated knowledge and chose not the fear of the Lord. All right? That's Job chapter 11. I'm going to get one more. It says what? Job 11 and where we at? 13, Job 13 and 3. Surely I will speak to the Almighty, and I desire to reason with God, Yahweh Bashmi. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. All right? So there you go. These mothers, they can't help you, man. They actually against you. You know? And let this prove it to you. So this world is not gonna hide, you know. It's not gonna be the place where you can get away with these things no more. It's not shaming is the shamefulest things. Like they say, if these walls can talk, these walls are gonna start telling on y'all asses. They gonna, the scriptures tell you, if I was to run from the Lord, right, you couldn't get away from him. If you make your bed here, there he is. If in hell, if you go to the grave, if you go to the water, so forth and so on, you can't hide from the Lord. Like everything is gonna be used to prove it to you, to get you to get the point. So now you're made to deal with that shame, and if you're smart, you're not putting yourself in that condition, predicament. We not trying to be looked at, as niggas, us brothers that believe, us true believers. We have care to our name. We don't want to be seen as these stereotypes and helping these stereotypes seem like, which a lot of them are just, unfortunately, a lot of them true. A lot of them exaggerated, but a lot of them true. We not finna fucking continue that, man. Israel not a homeborn slave. I'm going to actually end in that on Baruch. You women, Isaiah 32:9, and the GNT who live an easy life free from worries. Listen to what I am saying. You may be satisfied now, but this time next year you will be in despair because there will be no more grapes. There will be no grapes for you to gather. That old shit how you used to sow to bring forth and make your stuff work and hide just little things is not going to work anymore. You have been living an easy life free from worries, but now tremble with fear. Strip off your clothes and tie rags around your waist. You better come out of that crap, man. Because it's only going to get worse from here. So this is a warning. Baruch 3:9. Hear Israel. That includes you women, you sisters. It says the commandments of life, the instructions of life, the ways for life, to where you ain't even dealing with this, to where you're above. They can't laugh at you. You ain't a part of this. Give ear. You could no longer be laughed at. Give ear to understand wisdom. Because it's going to get worse than this. How happened it, Israel, that thou art in thy enemy's land, that thou art waxing old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead? How did you end up in the mix of all of this shit? Stuff that was put upon them, stuff that's put amongst the weak, the imbeciles, of the earth, of our people. How? That thou art counted with them that go down into the grave because you didn't give ear. It says thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom. That's why. For if thou wouldst have walked in the way of God, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, thou shouldst have dwelled in peace forever. Learn where wisdom is. Learn where wisdom is. Where is strength, where is understanding, that thou mayest know also where is length of days and life. Where is the light of the eyes and peace. All right. So with that, call Halam La Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Wahara Kakodash, double honors to the apostles over the great men. Salutations to the elder bishops and the rest of the elders and Akim on down. All right. These ain't supposed to be the royal people. The dukes of Edom. You should be telling them. You laughing at them. So it's a spirit that's even on here, man. It's a fall from grace, but you are to bounce back and never fall again. Or stay the butt of all jokes of this earth amongst all these heathen groups. All these heathens. Shalom.
In Santa Barbara may lose their jobs. A slew of healthcare workers at a clinic in Santa Barbara may lose their jobs over a tasteless TikTok making fun of patients' bodily fluids with the caption, "Guess the substance." Warning, the behavior you're about to see is highly disturbing. In the since-deleted viral video, which blew up over Labor Day weekend, staff cheerily posed with wet marks left behind on the paper of the examination table. The slideshow's text sarcastically read, "Are patients allowed to leave you guys with gifts? Yes, and we love them so much. All shapes and sizes, all shades and opacities. Make sure to leave your healthcare workers sweet gifts like these."